Milwaukee Community Sailing Center is basically a nonprofit community sailing program. What we do is that we offer sailing instruction to people who don't know how to sail. Our mission is to promote sailing and to make Lake Michigan accessible to anyone in the Milwaukee area through quality programs. The Ensign is the workhorse of our fleet. We have 30 Ensigns now, one of the largest Ensign fleets in the country.
The oldest boat that we have is Ensign number 14, and I believe that was made in 1960. The newest boat we have is boat number 1600 or something like that, and that boat was made in 1978, I believe.
And we haven't purchased a single one. They've all been donated over the years.
They've come from all over the United States, actually. But it's never really been hard to get Ensigns to come here. The Ensigns at the Sailing Center get used for everything: open sailing, instruction, racing, boat rides.
The boats have been a godsend to the Sailing Center. They are the workhorse of our fleet. They're a very stable platform to work from. They offer a unique amount of forgiveness for a new student who's trying to learn how to sail.
Right when you get in, you're not like, where do I sit? You know, it's like, oh, there's a seat there. We were wondering if there was something to replace them with, a different type of boat, and there's really nothing that does what these will do for us here at the Sailing Center.
It was kind of Jared and myself who were talking one day, and Jared said, well, we should look at what Chad's doing up at Ensign Spars. And it just kind of was like a light bulb. What do you mean, Ensign Spars?
Then we got a hold of Chad and asked him if that was something that he could help us with, was refurbishing our fleet, and he was quite happy to get that call from us. So he's been helping us ever since. So when Chad gets it, Chad will take the deck off, then he'll basically demo the inside of the boat, the old bulkheads, the flotation. Then he puts an insert in, which is the bunks inside the cabin, and then he re-foams it with flotation. Then he puts a new deck on, rivets it all on, then we get it back, and at that point we prep the inside and outside to be painted. So we paint the inside and outside and start putting the hardware back on and start putting the new interior, the floor, the benches, the coamings. So the boats are in here. These are some of the parts for the benches. These are the supports, and these are going to be the legs that hold the benches up. Okay, in here we have a boat with a new deck, new bulkheads, new flotation, and a new rudder, which is important because the old rudders were wood and they were starting to fall apart a little bit. So some of the coamings we're restoring, like sanding and varnishing them. And we also have a few new ones that we're making here. These are new mahogany coamings that we're making. It's just been pretty much one boat comes back and another boat comes up, and we're just doing that 20 times.
There's so much energy and work going into this, and it is all volunteer. We have one gentleman, Joe, who has come in and has started to rebuild all of our tillers by hand, piece by piece. We have another gentleman, Paul, who's working on floors and benches. All of that had to be rebuilt to go into these brand new Ensigns.
These are coamings for the size of these Ensigns, and these are 70-year-old teak, and what we're doing is stripping them down, and we're basically refurbishing all of these Ensigns.
It's amazing how many pieces are coming together to help make this possible. And I can't tell you how grateful we are to Harken, you know, for stepping up to what they're doing. These winches that we're going to be working with, the snub air winches, amazing. The roller reefing, you know, all of the different blocks that we're getting.
So it's been great. They look like brand new boats.
The final goal will be reached, which is to be able to give the Sailing Center the foundation to run another 40 years.
They're going to be going on into the future a long time.
I think a lot of people would say that the Community Sailing Center is old people sailing on old boats, and that it isn't necessarily people who are in the forefront of sailing. I think they're the beginning of sailing. I think this is where the passion begins for many people. We are the beginning of the future of sailing.